For the past 6 months, she has been working as an administrative assistant. She has been keeping a low profile and silently dreaming of making a bigger effect. She had no idea that her life was going to change in a way she could never have imagined. Kate was not your average employee. She had been working on something in the background without telling anyone about it. For the last 2 weeks, she had been volunteering at a charity in her area, helping to organize donations for a program that reaches out to the community. Although it was not her responsibility, she felt obligated to assist, particularly after discovering that Elon Musk was the charity's most significant sponsor. However, something went wrong today. Kate has always looked forward to Elon Musk, not only because of his innovative contributions to technology, but also because of his philanthropic endeavors. As a result, when she was asked to assist organize a fundraising event for the charity, she immediately agreed to help, even if it meant utilizing corporate resources during work hours. To her, it was a minor issue. What could possibly go wrong with sending a few emails and making a few phone calls? That was until Mr. Anderson, her boss, discovered it. He was so angry that he marched into her office and slammed the door shut behind him. "Kate, I told you to concentrate on your work and not on your side projects. You are no longer employed here." The comments were like a strike to the belly for her. Did you get fired for assisting with charitable work? She had always been hardworking, and now this. Mr. Anderson refused to listen, even though she made an attempt to explain. He turned on his heel and left her standing there in amazement after he yelled out, "Helping Elon Musk won't save you." Kate felt discouraged as she packed her belongings later that evening. She never imagined that her efforts to help would result in her losing her job. However, as she exited the building, she had a nagging feeling that this was not the conclusion of the narrative. Earlier that week, she had written Elon a short message through the charitable organization, letting him know how much his work motivated her and how she had attempted to help out, even if it was just a little bit. Elon Musk reading it was something she did not anticipate. The following day, Kate was at home, still attempting to come to terms with what had occurred, when her phone chimed. She received a message from a number that she did not recognize. The message said, "Kate, it's Elon. I heard about what happened. Can we have a conversation?" Elon Musk was reviewing some reports about charitable donations at Tesla when Clara, his assistant, gave him a little letter. It was the one that Kate had sent to him. While he read it, he was impressed by her enthusiasm, her dedication to helping others, and the fact that she had put her job on the line merely to have a positive impact. He did not hesitate. He took out his phone and contacted Kate straight because he wanted to hear her version of what happened. He was stunned by what he learned next. Elon started the conversation by saying, "Kate, I have read your note," as soon as they were on the phone. "I didn't know that you were involved in the charity work." Kate described everything, the late nights, the extra hours she spent coordinating donations, and how she had been utilizing her lunch periods to send emails. She was surprised by the way her employer reacted, but she thought that it was worth the risk. Before Elon spoke again, there was a long silence on the other end of the line. He added with conviction, "You did not deserve to be fired for that. Actually, we require more individuals like you, those who are concerned about more than simply the bottom line. Allow me to fix this." Kate was at a loss for words. Elon Musk was not only paying attention to her, but he was also giving her something that she had never anticipated. He went on to say, "I would like to give you a job with my foundation. We require individuals who are committed to bringing about genuine change. You will be collaborating with me on important projects." Kate hardly took in the words. Was this actually real? Within 24 hours, she went from being let go to being presented with a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It was occurring even though it felt unreal. The following weeks were a flurry of activity. Kate moved from her administrative post to a major role at the Musk Foundation, where she worked on initiatives that provided support to poor areas and developed new sustainability projects. She had transformed from feeling hopeless to becoming an essential part of something that was much larger than herself. However, the true turning point occurred a few months later. Clara was there to welcome Kate when she arrived at the foundation's office one morning. With a smile on her face, she said, "Elon wants to see you. It matters." Kate entered Elon's office and saw him standing by the window, gazing out at the skyline of the city. With a serious look on his face, he turned to her and gave her a little envelope. He spoke in a gentle voice, saying, "I wanted to wait until the time was right. You have already made a significant impact, and now it is time for you to learn the complete story." A letter was inside the mail. Kate's eyes grew wide as she read it. The message came from the head of the charity she had been working with, detailing how her dedication had helped gather enough funds to salvage an entire program that was on the edge of failure. However, that was not the only thing. The letter continued by explaining how one of the families they had assisted had a personal connection to Elon Musk's own past. Kate's work had accidentally rescued a family member of someone close to Elon, a detail that even he had not known until lately. Elon gazed at Kate with an expression of profound appreciation in his eyes. "You didn't only assist the charity. You assisted someone who is very important to me. I can't thank you enough." Kate stood there, locked in place, her heart beating as she recalled Elon Musk's words. "I can't thank you enough." It wasn't only the words that affected her, it was the way he spoke with sincerity, the way his eyes showed a depth of emotion that she didn't expect from a man who was known more for his revolutionary ideals than for his feelings. Once more, she glanced down at the letter she was holding and reread the paragraphs that described how her silent efforts had rescued a family member of someone close to Elon. It was nearly overwhelming to take in. She had only been attempting to make a difference in her neighborhood, and she was ignorant of the ripple impact it would have on others well beyond her direct grasp. Kate was still trying to understand everything that was happening. Elon, I didn't know, she said, stuttering. I was simply acting according to my own sense of what was right. Elon smiled, but there was a seriousness in his expression that she had never seen before. And that is precisely why it is important. The majority of people do not make an effort to assist others, particularly when it requires them to give anything up. However, you did. He motioned for her to have a seat, and as she got comfortable in the chair across from him, the significance of the situation began to dawn on her. This was not a simple chat. It felt more significant, as if it were a major turning point not just for her profession, but for her entire life. For a few moments, they sat in quiet, both taking in the gravity of the situation. At last, Elon leaned forward, his hands clenched together. Kate, you need to comprehend something. Throughout my trip, I have encountered many people who have either attempted to take advantage of me or utilize me to achieve their own objectives. It is quite uncommon to come across a person who provides without anticipating anything in return, and it is even more uncommon to encounter a person whose activities result in something as significant as what you have accomplished. Kate felt a lump in her throat. For years, she had looked up to Elon Musk, following his journey from PayPal to Tesla to SpaceX and all the amazing advancements he had made along the way. However, as she sat there now listening to him speak, she came to the realization that he was much more than what the public knew about him. Beneath the veneer of the brilliant inventor and entrepreneur was a man who valued connection, devotion, and acts of generosity in ways few could imagine. Kate shook her head a little and said, in a low voice, I had no idea. I had no idea that the work I was doing would end up being so personal for you. Elon said, and that's what makes it so incredible, in a voice that was soft but full of significance. You were not doing it for the sake of being recognized or rewarded. The fact that you did it out of concern is what I admire the most. Kate experienced a roller coaster of emotions in the days that followed. She had gone from getting fired to receiving an offer that could change the trajectory of her life forever. While walking through the busy streets of the city, she reflected on everything that had brought her to this point. The night spent without sleep planning charity events, the worry of being fired from her job, and the incredible surprise of getting a phone call from Elon Musk himself. However, above all else, she considered how important it is to be nice and how a single small act of generosity had grown into something much larger than herself. Kate had thought about it for a long time, and she knew what her answer would be. For Elon Musk, it was a personal reminder of something he had always known deep down, that true success was not judged by riches or innovation alone. It was measured by the difference you made in the lives of people. Kate came to the conclusion that getting fired that day was the nicest thing that had ever happened to her. It had put her on a journey that she never could have imagined, a journey that would lead her to a purpose that was much bigger than herself. Kate came to the conclusion that getting fired that day was the best thing that had ever happened to her. It had set her on a journey that she never could have imagined, a journey that led her to a purpose far greater than herself. She realized that sometimes the most unexpected setbacks can become the stepping stones to a life filled with meaning and fulfillment. Thank you so much for watching this video and joining me on this inspiring journey of transformation and kindness. If you enjoyed this story, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned to Velvet Sovereigns for even better and more exciting stories that will warm your heart and spark your imagination. Your support means the world to us, and we can't wait to share more incredible tales with you. See you next time.